Hi, this is Enoch Miller, your Empress of West Hollywood, here with the amazing and stunning queen of disco, the amazing and incomparable, distinctive, powerful, dramatic soprano that you have all known and loved since the 80s, amazing Martha Wash. Hi, Martha.
Hi, how are you?
Fantastic. Thank you again for giving us the opportunity to speak with you, and we're so excited to have this opportunity. How are you doing this week?
I'm doing just busy.
Of course. Well, I can imagine. Obviously,
it's been crazy.
You have had a busy life, to say the least.
Yeah.
So, Martha, we just like to talk a little bit about your career, give people a little bit more of a deeper insight into what you've done to get to where you are today, and then also just kind of talk about, obviously, Glitterama, which you're going to be performing at next week with people like Jackie Beat, Christine W., and the Perry Twins. And then also talk a little bit about the new things you have coming out and where people can check you out.
Okay.
All right. Well, first off, I'd like to talk, if you could just let us know what it was like in the very beginning when you started doing 2 Tons of Fun and backup singing for disco singer Sylvester.
Well, yeah, I started singing with Sylvester a few years out of high school, and it was a learning ground for me. My first really professional career, and fun and crazy, and had a good time, and did it for about 4 years or so. And then his producer Harvey Fuqua wanted Izora and myself to record an album under 2 Tons of Fun, and we wound up recording 2 albums, and had success with the first album. Had a couple of hits off of there. And then proceeded on to the Weather Girls and Paul Jabara and It's Raining Men and that whole thing, you know.
Right. And that's what I feel like really kind of put you guys on the map was It's Raining Men, because I bet no one in this country or even this world has not heard It's Raining Men. I mean, it's an amazing song and really kind of, you tell us, did that kind of solidify your guys' career, or was that kind of just the springboard to the rest of it?
That was our biggest hit under 2 Tons of Fun, and 2 Tons of Fun, Weather Girls. I'll put it like that, because when we recorded it, we were still 2 Tons of Fun until we changed our name. But that was our biggest hit to date, and it was a hit around the world, and it's still today, 30 plus years later. It's still a hit among everybody, really, you know, from grandparents to the grandkids, you know.
Exactly. Well, and that's the thing, like you said, it just instantly picked up worldwide. All over the world, it was hitting the top charts everywhere, and people just really just ate it up and loved it. And it's just, it really kind of, I feel, helped transition you into that next phase of your life where you started doing house music. And the beautiful R&B and techno and disco and that fun atmosphere. It really, I feel like that's who you have been as an artist, is just this amazing kind of dance artist, and one that's kind of given us soul and fun and flavor in your music. Kind of talk a little about your transition to house music.
It was just an evolutionary thing, you know. You go from one thing into something else. Music advances, and music, you know, you go from disco music into dance music and house music. It's just an evolution, really, of the same kind of music.
Got it.
Really,
and then,
you know,
from that part of your career, it helped gain you the title of the Queen of Clubland. That's a really cool honor to be given.
One of my fans did that.
Oh, really?
Started calling me the Queen of Clubland.
You have 12 #1 songs to date from your career, and you've just been kind of cranking them out. What's been your whole experience through this part of your life?
In a way, I just keep cranking them out. Not necessarily the dance music, not necessarily the dance music so much, but just keep evolving and keep growing and doing the kind of music that I want to do, depending on how I feel. You know, after I was finished with RCA Records and the 2 solo albums that I did, I didn't have a record deal for many, many years, and I just decided to start my own record label to continue
Oh, wow.
to put out music. The label is called Purple Rose Records, and I put out my latest album, which is called Something Good. It's totally different from the dance music that everybody associates with me. It's more pop and rock. And I even did a cover version of Dream On by Aerosmith.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's that kind of music where people can be inspired and uplifted and just think. You know what I'm saying? Just think about themselves and think about other people. But it's all very, very positive and very uplifting. And that's the kind of music that I like to do.
Yeah. And I feel like all your music has had that undertone of positivity and just wanting people to feel something and go along the same experience you're going along with, and something good too. I love the music in it. It's very edgy. It still has that same voice that you always portray throughout every song and every album you've ever done, that strong, powerful voice. But you're right, it has a fun edge to it that's really new and hip, and quite frankly is, like you said, it's just a progression of what you've done throughout your whole career, and it really tells through this new album, and it's super beautiful.
And I'm working on another album, which should be out hopefully sometime next year. I'm working with some Canadian songwriters and musicians. So that's going to be different as well. You know, it's just a progression. It's growing. It's, doing whatever kind of music I want to do as opposed to just being pigeonholed into one genre of music. I've always been an artist where I never wanted to be pigeonholed into just one kind of music. I've always wanted to do all types of music. Hopefully I'll do a gospel album sometime soon. I like standards. I like big band music, So it's limitless in terms of the kinds of music that I can do. It's just about getting the time to do it. And that, that kind of thing, and being focused on it. But that's the next project is the Canadian singers and songwriters and musicians and stuff. And again, that will be different from the last one. So,
well, fantastic. And it's great to hear that you're always doing stuff that's new, innovative, and different. And honestly, that's what our community is all about. The LGBT community is doing innovation and unique and creative. And you fall right in line with everything that we aspire to be as well. And just talk about a little bit about your LGBT community connections that you've had over the years. People like Boy George, RuPaul Charles, Tony Moran, the New York City Gay Men's Chorus. Kind of how has the LGBT community influenced either your music or just your personal life, and what have they kind of been to you as an influencer?
Well, it all really actually started when I started singing with Sylvester. We were singing in a lot of gay clubs all over the country and things, and it progressed from there. They've always been like our number one fan base and always been very, very supportive of myself and Izora, even when we were Two Tons of Fun, Into the Weather Girls, and, beyond. And I have always felt that the struggle with the LGBT community and the nation as a whole has been awful. It's just getting to the point now where they're being recognized, I'll say, in most states as far as marriage equality and things like that. I've always felt as a citizen of the United States, under the Constitution, we're all supposed to be equal.
Exactly.
But have never been treated as such. Whether you're in the LGBT community or as a black person, there's always been the inequality of this country, and slowly but surely the LGBT community is coming up in the things that they need to stand for and that everybody else needs to acknowledge. That's the thing. Acknowledge it.
And that's what we are so honored to have people like you in such a state of recognition that are allies for this community, and not just that the community supported you so much, but you've just given so much back to us in the form of music, in the form of entertainment, in the form of just love. And it's just, we are just so appreciative of, like I said, of artists like you that really are here to be supporters, not for just yourself, but for this nation as a whole. And it's refreshing to meet and talk to people like that and people like you that really show that true quality of acceptance and love and true love to a community that's usually kind of the lower part of the community. So just from me personally as a gay man, I really appreciate having someone like you in our back corner.
Well, I appreciate that too. I mean, it is the thing. It is, I will say, the godly thing to do. You know,
right.
He created us all, and he created us all different, but the same.
Yes, ma'am. That's absolute truth. I love it. And it's so amazing and so refreshing that there's hope for our nation with more people like that. Yeah, and it's really refreshing to see. I'd love to just pop back real quick with the First Ladies of Disco and talk about kind of how that collaboration came back with Evelyn King and Linda Clifford. How did that get started with the three of you?
Believe it or not, it started with a book called. It started with a book called First Ladies of Disco. The author's name is James Arena. He wrote a book. He wrote a series of books. He always loved disco music. So what he did was he decided to do books on artists who came up during the 70s, 80s, 90s, and I think his last book is in the 2000s now. But we are in his original book, the first book.
Wow.
And it's 32 women. He interviewed 32 women, and he let us tell our story of how we survived the disco era and what we were doing then and how our life had progressed past that. And so it did very well on the Amazon chart. And so we just kind of expanded on it and decided that we would take a couple of women out of the book and put a group together called First Ladies of Disco. Well, it turned out to be Evelyn, myself, Linda Clifford. So we recorded a single called "Show Some Love." Yeah. It hit the top of the Billboard chart, dance chart. And we've been going around doing shows. It's a great show. You get 3 totally different singers who come together. We each do our music and then come together and sing our songs. Yeah. And people have been really, really raving about the show. We just did a show in Southern California about a month ago. Okay. And it came out great. And we're looking forward to, we've got another show later on this year in Las Vegas. Oh, and fantastic. Then, so First Ladies of Disco is on my label. Then, I don't know if you remember the group called the Ritchie Family.
I know my husband does. I feel like I've heard him talk about it before. And so he's the one that introduces me to all this music. So that I look to him for all the references.
Okay. Well, they came out during the same time. Okay. And their hit was Best Disco in Town.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And they had not recorded in 40 years. So I asked them if they wanted to release a single, and they said yes. And so we released a single with them called Ice. That got on the Billboard dance charts as well. Oh, so we're kind of growing, and it seems like the direction that we're going in is heritage artists. You know,
Okay.
we've been around for quite some time. We're still viable artists who are still working and things like that. And you can hear the original songs from the original artists as opposed to necessarily hearing it from a tribute band or something like that.
Right, exactly.
You know, and the show is fun. Everybody has a good time. And we hope to be doing some more things like that. Again, it's about remembering the artists who came before us and who are still around and who are still working. You know, although you would probably never hear us on mainstream radio, but we're still out there working. We're still out there. Some of us are still recording, you know, that kind of thing, and we're still relevant artists.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I love about especially what I loved about the First Ladies of Disco was the fact that the three of you came together. And I have heard Avalon's and Linda's other music before, and you guys are so distinctively different in your own regards. But when you came together, it was just this beautiful collaboration of music and song and voice. It just flowed so well between the three of your different styles, and watching the video is where I first saw it on YouTube, and seeing that together, it was just, I was floored. I was just like, these three ladies are not even remotely the same, but when you bring them together, it's like, holy crap, this was stunning.
And everybody just has fun. You know, the audience has fun. It really, really is, you know.
And that's what I really respect, that people are starting to bring back the respect for music that set the ground for what music is today, or bringing things back that really is the pinnacle of where music transitioned into, how it's grown and evolved from where it was in the 80s and the 90s to where it is today. And I love that you guys are bringing it back.
That there's still sampling, you know.
Yeah. And it's totally relevant. I mean, it's still relevant. It's still, people, I hear it in the clubs all the time, or at events where people play this music. I hear it constantly. It never gets old, and that's what's so great about, especially disco. I mean, disco, you can dance, you can move to it. It always has that nice funky beat that everyone loves, but it's just something that you can tweak it here and there, what a lot of people have done, but it's something that never goes out of style, I feel. And I love that people are starting to bring that back or pay homage to those things.
And the people who were around during the disco time are still around now, and they still love that music. So you've got older people who are still in love with that period of time and that music. You know, so you do sell out crowds with that age demographic, because they still love that music. That's what they grew up listening to.
Right, exactly. I totally grew up listening to that. My parents used to play disco all the time, my grandparents as well, and I heard it from a wee little thing till now, hearing it. So, I mean, you're right, I don't think it'll ever go out of style.
Although they said, remember, disco sucks, you know, but that music is still being played.
Oh, totally, 100%. So really, what we're really excited to see coming up here in the next week is you're going to be performing here in LA on June 8th at Avalon for Glitterama, which is going to be hosted by PAWSLA. It's a nonprofit organization here in Los Angeles that helps keep elderly or disabled or people with just health issues with their pets and provide support with their pets. It's an amazing organization. I know a couple of the founders with it, and it's just such a beautiful mission they have with people and their pets. Did you ever work with them in the past, or is this your first time working with PAWSLA before?
This is my first time working with them, but I think it's a great idea, especially people who have problems getting around or maybe getting out even. They have companionship, you know, and that's the great thing about that. That's what I love. You know, I'm kind of a dog person, but I wasn't allowed to have. I wasn't allowed to have dogs or cats. And growing up, all I had was a parakeet and guppies. Nothing four-legged came in the house.
Right.
But my
friends, I was only allowed goldfish when I was little.
Exactly. But my friends had dogs, so I was around dogs more so, and I miss some of them. Others, no, not necessarily, but I do miss some of them. But it is a great companionship for those that really want that, and they want to keep their pets, but they're not necessarily able to take care of them as well as they could. So that extra help really helps them.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that, especially in the West Hollywood community, but the surrounding community in Los Angeles as well, is we have a very big aging in place community where our seniors or becoming seniors are here, have been here for 30 plus years, but a lot of them have. It's just either health issues or, like you said, they just can't get around as much as they can. This organization is there to help provide them with the assistance they need, like to keep their companions and people that help them get through a day-to-day basis. And it's
I think it's
really
great.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple of the other people that will be there performing with you on June 8th is going to be Christine W., who's another kind of dance music artist who I got to speak with a few weeks ago. Love her. She's so much fun. And
yes, she is.
Yeah, she's a riot. I love her so much. When we got there, she was just so she's like, let's go, let's get going. And just so much energy, and just such a pleasure to meet. I got to speak with Jackie Beat a couple weeks ago as well. She is an absolute riot. I mean, that woman's mouth is, you never know what's going to come out of it next. He's an absolute treat. And then the Perry twins, who are just both so sweet and just frankly, just they're hot.
They've done some remixes on my songs.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah, they're really great DJs. They're at the chapel, which is right next door to the Abbey, a few Sundays. So I've had the pleasure of seeing them also at one of the other local bars, Flaming Saddles, here as well. So we're all really excited to see that coming up June 8th at the Avalon in Hollywood. You can get your tickets at PAWSLA.org. And Martha, just is there anything where people can look forward to seeing you in either your tours or but also with the Something Good album? What can people look to expect from you here the next few months?
Well, they can find the album on CD Baby and Amazon. And as far as I'm leaving tomorrow morning.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
June is a busy month. I've got where am I going to be tomorrow? Oh, I'm going to be in Orlando tomorrow, and then Indianapolis, and then Norfolk, and then where else am I going? Two more other places I'm going. I can't even remember.
You're just going everywhere.
I just got back from Italy a couple of days ago, so
my
mind is not together, trust me.
Is there a place they can go to, like MarthaWash.com or anything else to see all your information?
Exactly, MarthaWash.com. Hit me up on Facebook at, I think it's Martha-Wash.com.
Okay. Well, you heard it here, people. Go check out Martha on all her social media. Also, MarthaWash.com, and be sure to get your tickets for June 8th at the Avalon Hollywood, where it's going to be Glitterama. We're going to be supporting PAWSLA, but, I mean, it's going to just be an amazing pre-event to LA Pride, which we're all really excited for. So thank you so much, Martha, for taking the time to speak with us today. I really appreciate it. And, you're just
come out
absolutely fantastic.
Just come out and have a good time and help support our dear animal friends.
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you again, everyone. Check us out on GayLIfeLA, WeHo.com, and also check out Martha Wash on MarthaWash.com as well. Thank you so much. Tune in next time, and we'll see you. Next week.
Take care now.
All right, bye. All right,
bye-bye.